time. It's kind of LGBTQ plus rave.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what's with the colors?
Bit of
Then
pride,
that
man.
makes
Bit of pride. Love
yeah.
it.
True.
Team Voldemort flying their colors.
It's so cute, actually. I just noticed it. I love when teams have some fun with, their stuff, and then until they get picked up, then it's all serious business.
Yeah. Good old Mr. Caesar from the Chicken Fighters logo, which I made for them. Always in my heart, but poor guy is now in the bin. Been turning some chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Whoa, Extremum going with something that we don't see often.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicken nuggets, exactly. Scarlet Mage is surprisingly a popular pick in European public games, like matchmaking games and high MMR. I see it being picked up as a position 4 or position 2. I wonder if they might even put it at the position 2 or like hold on to it and see if there's potential for that. But I do believe it's going to be a position 4 Skyrat. One of the reasons why it's not popular is it just doesn't really push lanes out, and he's single target damage. So it's a lot more difficult for you to make Skyrat work in any kind of lineup. But with Faceless Void, now all of a sudden you have this insane burst inside the Chrono.
Yeah, that's the combination, isn't it? The Mystic Flare plus Chronosphere combination is one to be feared across the lands. And then Venge can swap to mess it all up if she wants. Meanwhile, Voldemort, they need some save, and that's exactly what they're going to go for. The Oracle comes out for them. Yeah, I mean, that's the guy now you need to catch in Chrono. You probably need to catch the Phoenix inside the Chrono as well, because Sunray can make things very disappointing. But that said, they've probably got the damage. Oh, I like this. The Beastmaster comes out from Extremum.
So a lot of people believe that Oracle counters Beastmaster. I want to say otherwise. I want to say Beastmaster actually counters Oracle. The reason being is that Beastmaster is constantly pushing lanes out with his aura, with his boars, and then the Hawks can always scout out the Oracle.
Yes,
right?
That was the point I was going to make.
Oracle lineups have a real difficult time getting lanes out already because their position 5 is a hero who just sits behind people and either nukes your opponent or heals you up. So their team against Beastmaster is already on the back foot because they don't have this ability to just get lanes out and try to hunt the beast. Or it's so hard for Oracle to pretty much do what he wants to do against Beastmaster. Although you think like, oh, we can save someone from roar, but the beast isn't gonna roar someone if he sees you. He's gonna go after you, the Oracle, or he's just gonna hold his roar and until you die.
Dire team ban.
No, I agree with those points. I think Beastmaster is counts Oracle in a few ways. Oracle can help out, can do well against Beastmaster in some ways, but I think overall I do prefer the Beastmaster in that nutshell matchup. Meanwhile, Phantom Lance is going to be picked up from Voldemort, abusing the lack of AoE damage on the side of Extremum, and going for the PL.
PL, that's a solid counter to the Skyrat Mage, Beastmaster, and the Vengeful Spirit, actually. Faceless Void, I wouldn't say so much because you can get chronoed up, and as long as there's damage in the chrono, the PL will die. But the Beast Sky bench, they are so bad at dealing with PL. The lane shouldn't be that bad for Extremum because Skyrat is pretty strong at the position 4. But the mid game, if the PL has like even a 50-50 lane and he farms up into that Manta Defu by 22-minute timing that we normally see from PLs, this is going to be a really good game for them. Because right now, their last pick for Extremum need to be extremely valuable and have to be able to kill off the PL like on its own or counter the PL on its own.
5 seconds remaining.
Because they don't have the damage for the PL right now.
No, they really don't. That's going to be a problem. Not sure.
Solid pick.
One last ban for the side of Voldemort. What are they really scared of? Apparently they're scared of a puck. And
Queen of Pain, maybe?
More hero. Yeah, it's always the last 2 bans, isn't it? It's Puck and Queen of Pain.
Yeah. I think Lina could be interesting too for Extremum, so they get some more lane shoving capabilities. Plays well with the Void also. Lina mid, but I'm not sure that that's a very popular pick at the moment. They're gonna ban out the Ember, so that could have been pretty decent for PL, but it doesn't do damage inside Chrono though. So I honestly wouldn't have liked Extremum if they picked Ember. Want something that can deal damage in the Chrono, and that has to be like a ranged hero like Queen of Pain, I think. Leshrac. Oh, but Leshrac I think kind of gets owned by Void Spirit.
Yeah, Leshrac is. I don't know. I do want to see it though. I don't really mind that he gets owned by Void Spirit. Wait, why do you say that he does?
I think
10
Void Spirit has a
seconds
lot of
remaining.
spells that allow him to go in front and behind Leshrac, so
5
it's really hard to
seconds
land the
remaining.
stun on him. And Leshrac has to go into the fight, so it's easy for you to set up the Astral Remnant, or is that what it's called? The
Radiant
Remnant,
team
whatever,
pick.
like on the Leshrac, and you can just get +1 and kill him
Yeah.
off. And they're gonna go with a DK on Voldemort's side, so that could be either an offlane DK or a mid DK. Void Spirit is the other interchangeable hero, depending on whether Skyrath is mid or not. I think if Skyrath is mid, they're gonna put the DK middle.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
if another hero is mid, they'll just think about whether Void or DK should go mid.
5 seconds
Here.
remaining.
Timbersaw, is that okay?
Timber.
That could be interesting. It could do damage in Chrono. It can deal with PL. It can kill Dragon Knight. I don't think it cares about Void Spirit apart from Vessel from him. Phoenix is a kind of a big problem for Timber though, so maybe they don't want to go that route. I like Lina so much. I know it's DK, but you can do damage to the PL. You got some wave clear. You can kill Egg too with your third skill.
Yeah, it solves a lot of their issues, but they're gonna go for Invoker instead. Ooh, okay.
All right. That's damage in Chrono, and I think it's gonna probably be an Exort Invoker most likely, and then get that Sunstrikes with the Beastmaster and give Alacrity to the Faceless Void. Meteor can also do damage inside Chrono too against the PL. I like it. Solid.
Yeah, I like this as well, actually. I think this is a fun pick. You're something to try and deal with the Phantom Lancer. I still don't think they're completely out of the woods.
Right.
You know
I
what?
think the later. Yep.
Galaxy Brain time. I'm wanting to
Okay.
see a Battle Fury Aghanims Void this game. I think
What?
that is
Faceless
the
Void?
direction. Yeah.
Battle
I want to see him
Okay.
go for it. Battle Fury Ags. It gives you the jump in, and that means the cleave will tear through every single PL illusion. It's
So
it's a bit all in, but I'm ready for it. Let's
I can
do
see
it,
it
Nefrit.
working. I can see it working because of the Alacrity Invoker and the Beastmaster aura.
I definitely
can
thought about
definitely
that
see
before I said it.
Oh, okay. All right, sure. But I'm not too sure about the Aghanims itself. I think carry Void with Ags is a bit skeptical. I'm a bit skeptical on that. But the Battle Fury though, I can definitely see that working out. This game for Extreme because of the attack speed buffs from his teammate.
If he goes Battle Fury Ags and then they get the Wave of Terror out onto the PL illusions,
Yeah.
the PL is probably, I reckon he's probably going to lose about 75% of his HP if he's in that cloud. Just from that spell. I'm not kidding, dude. I'm not kidding. Have you seen it before?
Are you saying so the time lock and then the Battle Fury is going to do damage to all the illusions individually? And
Yes,
then
that's what it does.
It does to the
yeah, they all
PL.
cleave into each other and just creates this cloud of death.
Okay, I can see it. Let's see if he goes for that route. You know what? Go message him and be like, yo, bro.
Yo,
Joe,
DM him right now.
This is my genius plan right here, man. I bet you're gonna win this game if you do that.
Sure, I'll take 20% of your winnings if you manage to take this game.
20% of your
sick
winnings
advice.
for this game.
Yeah, just for one game.
Like, what? I don't.
Yeah, like
That's like
0.02% at the end. I get like 3p. Yay. A lot of money to a caster.
And then if you lose though, you know you're gonna be getting a lot of hate mail from some fans who thought that they were supporting Extremum playing a normal point build.
Yeah, not being derailed by a mentally unstable caster. Good point. Yeah, maybe we'll leave it. Never mind. But yeah, looks like it's going to have a little bit of fun this game with this Invoker heading on towards this middle lane, laning into not the DK, but in fact the Void Spirit. Okay.
Yeah, they're going to put the DK offlane against the PL. I mean, there's no kill potential here, right? For the Phantom Lancer. Sorry, the Faceless Void and the Bench, I think. The Dragon Knight is so tanky. Actually, that's a lie. Void surprisingly does a lot of damage, especially since Time Lock is magical. So the DK Dragon Blood isn't going to save him from that. So if he does get out of position, and maybe if he decides to go for a Orb of Venom, they can kill him. But I do think, realistically speaking, he's not going to.
Nefrit's been watching some Chinese Dota. Unfortunately, his supports haven't. He's gone for the Ring of Regen, Quelling Blade, and Double Iron Branch, but yeah,
Don't worry,
Savant's like, nah.
G's got him. He'll TP down there. Okay.
Bracho and Yol hanging out up at top. Setting eyes upon Velhor here. Not sure what their plan is. This Beastmaster, he's a bit of a menace with those balls of his. They've got no real capabilities to take down these balls this game either, which kind of sucks.
Who else have we seen use this item build from Nikwa's Phoenix? There was some other player who had the same exact build. Was it Nikwa?
Or just spamming these fairy fires? No, I can't remember.
Yeah, 4
who it
fairy
was.
fires. Yeah.
I think it was an SEA player that did it.
I just remember. Nah, it must. Yeah, I think it was Europe.
It was Europe? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, fairy fires for days plus 8 damage to start off. It's pretty brutal, to be fair. It is a lot of DMGs. Gotta respect it. Top lane immediately starting onto the Oracle. The first blood attempt is here, and it is successful as they will chop down Yol to start off this top lane, immediately Venge TPing himself away back to the bottom lane to help out Mr. Nephrin.
Yeah, and that's a kill going to the Beastmaster. Probably not the hero you wanted to get if you're Voldemort here, because he's going to get that real early Hem of the Iron Will, which will build up into a Dominator.
Has been killed.
It's going to be really strong this game.
Yeah, that's going to be scary. Talked about the lack of wave clear previously on the side of Extremum until this Evoker pickup came along. Meanwhile, the side of Voldemort, well, other than Void Spirit, they're a little bit lacking. I guess they got the DK just lay out the Breathe Fire. He's probably going to be the brick wall towards the Beastmaster's push. I imagine there's going to be a point where the PL just goes bottom and the DK sits at top and just stops Beastmaster pushing down this tower.
They would have to, or else this Beastmaster would just snowball. I've seen Afterlife play this Beastmaster, and he plays it so well. He knows exactly how to push his limits and when to rotate with this hero. And those are the scariest Beastmaster players, right?
Mm-hmm.
This hero in the right hands is just god tier.
Threatening. Bottom lane. This is, I do like this lane, the Venge of the Void, though. These two heroes, you know, they're color-coded as well, looking great, looking fetch, ready to slap some fools down in style. The anti-armor works quite nice, and Venge is offering that solid stun to the lane, which the Void lacks.
Yeah, and Boogie seems to be having a very nice time in this lane too. And if Boogie has a nice time, then Nico has a nice time, and they got a big double stack here, which is going to threaten Void's farm this entire laning stage. I do believe that Voldemort is going to win this bottom lane.
Well, sorry, Nephrit. G, I believed in you, but unfortunately Steven does not. And to be honest, the way these last hits are going right recently, it's looking more likely that that is going to be the case. Meanwhile, Void Spirit a little bit lower in the mid lane, but they have their bottles out now. But how is this mid lane going? Currently 13 and 8 on Borneo, and meanwhile the Invoker down at 8 and 2. Ooh dear, not a good start.
Ugly. And got early levels, like the early level 4 here too on Borneo. He's gonna actually go into the Invoker. He's got level 2 Aether Remnant. That's gonna do a lot of damage to him soon. Oh, it's actually not gonna go for it. He backs off after this pause.
Yeah, interesting though. Malagil going for the Exalt Wex build, where he gets himself the only points on Alacrity. Try and CS better into the Void Spirit. Hasn't been working out so far. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Nico getting pretty low to G here. He's got the stun as well. A couple more right clicks will be required as the Phoenix starts working his way through these fairy fires. Meanwhile, Velhor dying up in the top lane. And looks like no one else is going to go down up there as Afterlife just chases Yol. Give him a couple of slaps on the back as he runs himself away. But yeah, it's just straight up the Skyrath dying.
That's a very big kill. The PL, this is the hero that you want snowballing in this game to hit those timings better. And on the other side here, Nephrit, he's actually struggling so hard. That stack really ruined his laning stage big time. If you're a safe laner, you cannot afford to let your opponent stack the big camp like that, because they're just going to keep the lane in front of your tower constantly full. And because it's a Dragon Knight, he's got that level 2 Dragon Blood. He can just soak up all the damage from the creeps coming in and not let you get past him. Again, stack. Such a big problem. Look at Nephrit. He's trying to contest it. He just has to run away, leap away, and all those range kills are just going to get denied.
Oh man, G comes in, unable to do anything about it. Nequa pretty low, but he's got the Fairy Fires, he's got himself the Icarus Dive as well, so very hard for G to actually finish the job here. And they're just going to pull again. Oh, this Void is so miserable. They're taking all of his creeps. Please, sir, can I have a creep? Alright, we'll allow it. Don't you get ahead of yourself, boy.
It's well, even if he does get like in range of the XP, the chance of him actually getting the last hit is extremely low right now. So bounty runes are about to spawn here. Bornea going bottom here for the refill, and it's going to take the other rune too. Actually, he wants to go to G here.
Yeah, G TPing himself out. Oh, Remnant. Oh, a little bit too late from Bornea there. Little bit too late.
Get the refill. So top lane, Beastmaster getting initiated on.
Racho and Yul getting busy with it. Meanwhile, Vel's going to come in from the side here, doing a ton of damage to Yul. He's actually going to be the one in trouble as he gets cut down by the Beastmaster. And they look over towards Racho as well and deal a decent amount of damage to him as well. Luckily, he's got a ton of armor, so it doesn't really take too much damage from the Beastmaster and the Skarath when they're just trying to right-click him down like this. So he will be okay. Yeah, Extremum struggling in the lanes a bit, not too bad, and big break in the top lane, which they desperately needed, because right now this PL is just getting carried away. Boromir as well, he's doing really well in this mid lane, and bottom lane, as we've mentioned several times, Boogie is just destroying them.
Yeah, Boogie just went in and cleared up that triple stack as well. He's got so much gold now on his Dragonite. This Void sitting at 20 last is going to run into the jungle. G has already left bottom lane. He's going to go top. Try to apply some pressure with this catapult and the Beastmaster. He knows there's nothing for him bottom anymore.
Coming out onto Mr. Yul here, the right clicks should be able to bring him down, and that's going to be another death up in the top lane as Extremum try to put some pressure elsewhere on the map, realizing that one of these lanes need to go their way.
Oh yeah, Dominator's also on the way here for the Beastmaster too, so he's going to be able to get...
Coming up top, well, they scan him out. They've scanned him, they know he's here, and now what are they going to do about it? They don't have a Roar to lock him down with, so I think killing off Boromir is a very big ask. But he's going to jump himself in and run to the front lines. Everyone's waiting. Meanwhile, Dracho just comes in around the back and starts jumping onto Velhor. Velhor's going to chill. Meanwhile, Sunstrike coming down. Dracho's dead. Didn't put the double in time and is going to lose his life for that one. Really cheeky kill.
Oh, he really forgot about the Invoker being in this game. He has 16 one charges. He had a doppel. He even had a second to be able to do all that. That's unfortunate.
Happens though, you just keep your eye off the ball, you forget about that Sunstrike coming on down because it hasn't hit you in a while, hasn't really been on your lane much. And all of a sudden, shit goes south real quick. And now...
Tower top.
Yeah, the Equa, not sure on this one, buddy. The Roar comes down, the right clicks are there. Sunstrike, because why not? Sunstrike is corpse, just send the message. You might be from the Sun Phoenix, but you are in no means invincible to it.
Dragonite now getting a Phantom Lancer in his lane. He's not very happy about that, but the Phantom Lancer, he doesn't really have a home to go to. But the DK is not yet he's not yet 6 yet, so...
Invoker mid, getting pretty low to Boromir, but yeah, Boromir's just having some fun with him.
Top's dead, bottom not quite yet, no catapult. Oh, there's a catapult actually. Dragonite just got level 6 too. This is just going to be a trade bottom. I don't think they're going to defend this at all.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, looks like it. Extremum just kind of accepting the fact that their Void is going to be out of the game for a little while. And he's going for the Midas instead, so no Battle Fury shenanigans today, unfortunately.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Nobody goes Midas Battle Fury.
No. Nah.
Oh God.
Probably not.
I had an Alchemist once who went Battle Fury, Midas, Radiance. That was fun. We lost.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was. Extremum setting the trap on the high ground. Voldemort, though, they've got their thinking caps on. They're very aware of this. A couple of pings coming out from the Void Spirit Heroes. He's like, yes, I sense something wrong here. They're going to jump up on this high ground. They're just sending the DK on the front here. Boogie is taking a lot of damage to start this one off, and the silence onto the Boromir is going to stop him really going hard into the engagement. Now it runs out. He jumps onto Velhor, and Velhor will be a casualty. Meanwhile, Beastmaster thinking of roaring up here, but I don't think that's going to result in much, my friend. He's got to run himself out, and yeah, he's just going to let it die. Let it die. Just let the wolf go down. And they do so exactly that. Good night, Mr. Wolfie.
It's a very interesting position. Bench got the ward behind the mid tower there, and they really want to try and wrap around for this, but then Voldemort doing a really good job at shoving them back out, because if they let them sit there, this mid tower would have just naturally died. And I'm not entirely sure you want to fight into Boromir here. Like, he's so strong, man. at this point in the game. Unless you have a chrono on him, it's so difficult to actually bring him down. It's level 8 soon. 1 creep.
1 creep. Ah, there it is.
It's not like last game, right? Where he lost his lane.
Oh no, he's
this
dumped
game
his
he's
lane.
very well. Yeah.
Yeah. He put Melagil in the ground. This net worth is going. Actually, Melagil's in front. Interesting. He's gonna have his Midas soon as well, so he's gonna be catching up. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Afterlife, he's doing such a good job in just bringing heroes to top and holding them here. Meanwhile, he's got heroes farming across the map. I mean, even though Boogie's on top of him here and he's got the Dragon Tail as well, not entirely sure this Beastmaster's in that much trouble. Yours coming over as well. Yours going to be the big damage they need to bring this guy down. The body blocks from Boogie are actually insane. Like, he got so much done there. Meanwhile, I'll jump in. They might have gone a bit too far forward for the Beastmaster. Beastmaster's still running himself away, but there's a Chronosphere coming down. They're going to drop the Sunstrike onto the DK, trying to take down the Oracle to start this one off, because they don't want him getting off that false promise, even though he is actually not 6 yet. Meanwhile, Barney is able to just run down Afterlife. It's getting a bit sloppy here. Invoker swapped out of danger, or is he? Invis comes out. They're pinging him out. They need some vision for him, but they don't have it. Barney is going to be left wanting. Meanwhile, Boogie runs into Roche, but still gets taken down by Belhor regardless. So it's going to be a straight up trade, to be honest. Boogie for the Beastmaster.
So unfortunate that the Invoker dropped the Meteor onto the Phoenix before that Chrono came out. So they didn't have a lot of damage inside the Chrono. It would have been very clean. But that looked really scary for Melagil. I thought he was going to die to the Void Spirit. So good thing he didn't. They're actually going for double Midas on the Radiant side too. They're really playing for this mid-late game timing. And I think they can get away with it because they have so many spells that can allow them to teamfight even if they don't have these items.
Yeah. My only worry is this Phantom Lancer. Is the Invoker going to be enough control for him? Is this PL going to get out of hand and just be an absolute menace? I think
he's been farming a lot ever since he came down to this bottom lane. He's actually taken over the Beastmaster network. The Beastmaster was like 1,000 gold ahead of this PL not too long ago.
Yeah. He's been brought down a wee bit, the Beastmaster. That's because he's been making space up at top, though. Like, he's been moving his team's resources over towards the Invoker and the Void as they drop down the Roar onto the Oracle here, and they're going to be able to take him down nice and quickly. That's going to be that. Void now picking up his Midas, but Afterlife on the run here, trying to duke it around a little bit. I think he might be dead. G has the swap, however. Hold it. Now throws it down. And with that, they can't get him. Again, more time of Voldemort really being wasted here. I mean, this was just a pointless maneuver from them.
DK mid. Oh, the Mystic Flare.
Oh, nicely done. Who needs a Chrono anyway? They're going to be able to get him with the Cold Snap combination.
I honestly, I want to say that was actually a bad move for EXTREMUM. Like, they roar up the Oracle, they kill him, right? But they're playing in this area of the map. So this lane is completely free where you want to keep on pressuring and farming up because you got the double Midas right now. And they also lost the mid tower too. Now the DK dying, that's pretty good. But the mid tower being lost here is going to allow Voldemort to control up all of this. And let's not forget, during all the time, the PL was still free farm. So still a lot of space. And when the Roar goes on cooldown, I don't think there's anything Voldemort is scared of. And look at that, 1k gold lead now on their side once the dust has settled.
Yeah, Voldemort have actually seemed to have come out pretty good here, and they might find themselves an Invoker jumping onto him. Remnant's got to connect, and this means things are going to get real tough for Melagil right now. Doesn't really have any way out of this one except Deafening Blast, but yeah, see you later, Melagil.
I mean, this is the product of the mid tower falling, so nobody can stay there, break smokes, and then the ward that they planted earlier, and they're just going to keep on running back and forth between these two jungles. And because of the double Midas, they can't help but keep farming. They don't have another option. Beastmaster doing what he can to split push top. I think this is the correct play from Beast. He shouldn't be with this team. He needs to apply pressure and make them come to him.
Yeah, massively agree with that. But just the DK alone have actually kind of scared him off a bit. What we expected to see earlier on, this Beastmaster sticking up top, the DK just got to meet him, and these two beefcakes just kind of pounding against each other up in the top lane.
Oh, Invoker's just TP top. They might smoke and go after him again. Does Oracle have a smoke right now? No, he doesn't. Okay.
Should be okay then. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to even suspect there's a ward down here. Or maybe they're baiting. Yeah, they're baiting a little bit this one. They're smoked up. Afterlife's looking. He has got that net coming down. The Raw's available as well. Onto that Void Spirit. Meanwhile, everything just jumped onto Nikwa, so he's going to be okay. Meanwhile, the save used onto Baronia, but this means the Oracle's vulnerable, and they're going to be able to get that kill. Meanwhile, the rest of Extreme are going to back themselves away. They're happy. 2 clean kills. Space being held on the map. You know, they're denying Voldemort entry to their side of the map, which I think is important.
So at this point, because the suit supports have died, it's not a horrible loss for Voldemort. They need to get back up and smoke into Extremum right now, because this is your timing. You can't let them get away with this double Midas while the Chrono's on cooldown as well. This Void is essentially a creep at this point, so you better get going. They did deward that vision in the triangle area, which is going to help Extremum quite a bit, so the smoke to there is a little bit limited. But you gotta go, man. Time. Oh, DK though. Ooh, big balls.
Yeah, but Phoenix is the one in real trouble right now, and they have the Cold Snap. He just about manages to squeeze out an egg. Meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit's getting dropped in the back here. Borneo is going to be able to get that kill, and this is going to be the only casualty of this fight. Is going to be that Venge. Voldemort do fight back a bit here. He grabs
Not
something.
a terrible loss for Extremum. It's just a Vengeful Spirit. I think I would have expected they would have lost way more than that. They just couldn't into the high ground because the Invoker and the Beastmaster were just sitting right there, not allowing them to come in. Very good play. Yeah, you got to defend your triangle, man. If you lose this triangle, you have nowhere to farm anymore.
My guy Void, though, still really not a factor, and even on the net worth chart, despite he's got this this Midas, he's kind of just chilling.
1-0-2. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the laning stage was such a terrible situation for this Faceless Void with that stacks going there. So you guys at home, remember, don't let your offlaner stack the big camp. You block it, you do whatever you need to do, because once they start pulling like that, your lane is over.
Yeah, really brutal.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still struggling to come back. Voldemort still getting ahead with this Phantom Lancer. He's trying to hit the tier 2s. This tier 2 is not defendable. Beastmaster, though, he's got the same amount of tower damage speed top. And I think Void Spirit's going to go up there. He knows he's got to defend this.
They have got the rule, though, so they've got to be careful. Borneo can't need to do that much. Fortification comes out, and that's going to force them back. Meanwhile, bottom tower shall fall. Retro grabs that one.
The outposts are open now.
Yeah, still got plenty of time to take that as well. Nico's going to make his way over. And the counter push
Tell
is
me
just
how-
not possible for EXTREMUM.
Exactly. With that glyph being popped off and the Void Spirit there. Tell me how ridiculous it was when you can take outposts from like minute 0.
Ugh,
and everybody's constantly showing on the map, taking outposts all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was nonsense. And it was always just a case of like, if you didn't have a stun, then you'd just be like, well, who's going to click it at the right time? Oh, guess it's you this time. Guess it's me. Very silly. Yeah, new outposts are better.
Yeah, the less the game is revolved around the outpost, I think it's much, much better. It was just too much chaos all the time.
Like, it kind of felt like all the fights were being forced rather than happening organically. You know, you'd just be fine, well, we've got to go fight now because we've got to get the outpost, rather than, you know, we want to slow this guy down or we want to make an intelligent movement for any reason.
Yeah, you couldn't do those calculated plays as much anymore.
Exactly.
Doing that. Kind of glad. I think OG is also glad.
Yes, definitely.
Alright, here, what do we have?
Their playstyle. Yeah, Voka's getting real close to his Aghanims, which is going to be a big deal. It's going to allow the Void to go around and make some stuff happen.
That's the damage inside the Chrono to kill the PL. The double... What is it called?
Cataclysm.
Oof, what? Cataclysm, there we go. Sometimes, you know, words could slip my mind.
Okay, happened to the best of us.
I'm thinking Sunstrike, but that's not the spell anymore. It's called Cataclysm.
Well, technically, Cataclysm is a double Sunstrike on every hero, so not completely wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun Ags for sure. I'm glad they changed him into his Ags as well, because the talent was kind of just boring. I mean, it's exciting talent, but why?
Dude, they don't have Ags, but they really want to defend this tier 1.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do it without it. Boogie on the front lines. a tricky target to bring down. I mean, they do have the magic damage. They can bring him down easily enough, but they want to try and reveal somebody else. They jump forwards here with the Void Spirit, trying to find himself a target. Chrono comes out, but doesn't catch Boronius. They're going to have to dump everything onto the Dragon Knight instead, but they don't have the damage. Yol's just going to save him. Boris on the Fate's Edict. No magic damage coming through into the DK. He's going to be absolutely peachy. Now look across to the Phoenix. Phoenix gets cut down. Does still look like it's going to be a successful fight from EXTREMUM. That Chrono was enough to turn things in their favor, but now Durachiro arrives and he's looking off the G here. G's not going to be surviving much longer, and now Afterlife also in some trouble, but a beautiful tornado catches everybody. The MP unfortunately a little bit off the mark, but it's all good. They're forcing them back, and now the Void's actually jumping deep here. He's got to be a little bit careful, but they want to deal with the front lines instead. Durachiro being panged out a little bit. Oh, Nefrit, get yourself away. These illusions, they hurt. Pigeons are hungry and they are pecking away at the Faceless Void. Meanwhile, jump in, stun out onto the purple guy. He gets taken down. Meanwhile, Sunstrike a little bit off the mark here. Afterlife in trouble. Boronier chasing deep, and in comes that PL. So jumping himself in. Virgil can only back himself away, and that's going to be two heroes down on the side of EXTREMUM. And Voldemort taking the win once again. Another look to push in this tier 1 tower.
That's so big, and this is not going to end here. They know this Void cooldown is very fresh. They're going to take the advantage even further. The bottom outpost still in control for them. They're going to get 4 bounty runes here too. Oh my goodness, the dust has not yet settled on this gold lead. We're going to see what the difference is going to be after this minute now. I think EXTREMUM are in a really bad place in this game right now. This double minus is not working out for them. Faceless Void is going for a Mjolnir now too. Yeah, I don't know, man. No, man, I think he should have gone for the Battle Fury Aghanims, like you said.
He should have gone for the Battle Fury Aghanims, Nefrit. What are you doing, son?
I feel at this point it would have been better. Things are not looking good for Radiant.
I know it.
They're gonna get, yeah, they're gonna get boxed into their base.
Radiant structures are fortified.
No fighting capabilities.
Tower is under attack.
Do you feel like the Skyrath has done enough in this game? Like, he did help take the top tower, then he was around for some Chronos, but it just feels like a non-factor, right? They don't have any lane shoving, apart from the Beastmaster just going and right-clicking creeps.
I mean, I think there needs to be more communication between him and the Invoker, because early on, you don't need Sunstrike and Mystic Flare to get a kill onto a raw target, but they were dropping it every single time. I feel like if you play a little bit more spread out, save these Sunstrikes for the Chronos and just use the Mystic Flares with the calls, then you're going to find yourself more kills with this hero and with the Invoker as well. You know, you're going to do much more work. And
how do they get out on the map if the lanes are constantly being pushed into them, though?
yeah, that's true. That's the other Melagil. I think he needs to TP. Nah, Durachio's just here for the creeps. They've got Cataclysm though. They should look for something with this.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Nefrit wants creeps.
Oh, mid. Yos. They gotta go for the Oracle. It's gonna save the Void Spirit if they don't go for the Oracle.
Yeah, just a bit of spell trading. No huge commitment here. Oh, get that Sentinel Conqueror. Get him. Get him. Let's get himself away.
I want to say more than Skyrath, the Oracle has been a very big nuisance for him. Like, Skyrath is not that good of a hero, I would say, but this Oracle has been countering him all the time. Because if you don't jump him, he's always just going to use the Fate's Edict, and then you have no damage output anymore, and you have to blow all your load anyway.
Yeah, he's been the key pick in this game for sure, this Oracle. It's not just the ulti, it's the Fate's Edict as well. It just saves you from all that damage. Like, all of a sudden your a really expensive Chrono Cataclysm combo doesn't look that good. It's cancelled by a double.
Void. If he goes in and you Fate's Edict him, he's not gonna be able to attack.
Nope. He's dead, just like this Venge was. They're gonna kill off the illusion as well. Oh man, Venges don't like it when you do that. Now they've got to spend 30 seconds actually dead.
I don't like it either. When I play Venge, I feel so amazing when they just ignore your illusion and run away. Your illusion does like 100% of the damage once it's maxed out. And you're providing the aura for your team. Your stun is pretty overrated anyway, so...
Yeah.
You're so nice playing this hero. If you die a lot in games, guys, just play Venge. You have 2 lives. It satisfies my ADHD.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
We gotta keep on playing, just keep on focused in on the game. Well, Roshan is getting low here, but they're actually jumping back onto the high ground. Avenge going down once again here, and they turn their attention towards Beastmaster, who is not surviving this one. Nefrit, what are you doing? Tried to come through with the cheeky Chrono on the backlines, with that Supernova down and with the Oracle nowhere nearby, could not commit to it. And unfortunately, that means there's going to be absolutely no response to this Roshan, other than 3 deaths.
He was trying to get the Chrono before the egg came out, but once he was jumping in, like when he clicked it, the egg already came out. So he couldn't Chrono anymore because he would have been killing his own allies during the duration of the egg. So in the end, 3 heroes out. Void still has the Chrono, but now the Phantom Lancer has an Aegis. He can play even more aggressively. He's going for a Heart of Tarask in this game. Oh, dude, this is looking so grim for Extremum.
Agreed. They've really let the ball drop in their second game. Can they pick it up again? That is the question. They've been relying very heavily on this Chrono Cataclysm combo. They need to make something happen with it, but it's super hard now. This PL's got Aegis. You don't really want to drop it on him. He's got Reaver anyway. I mean, he's probably not going to go down to that combination. It is a lot of damage, but...
Oh, he's good enough. Like, he doesn't need any more damage than this at the moment. So the Heart of Tarask, I think, surprisingly, was a solid pickup because of how far ahead he is. And Satanic is not going to help you in this game because you're up against the Chrono, right?
Yeah.
If you get bursted, you can get bursted in the Chrono. So the Heart of Tarask will help you because it'll give you a little bit more health. You're also getting some regen, 71 HP regen is quite a lot. He's going even for a Scotty next, so he wants even more HP. So there's no way that he can die. The Diffusal Blade is enough damage for him this game.
Yeah. It's got to break some heads, and that's exactly what he wants to do. Shoving those illusions onto that high ground. He's pecking away at that tower.
Dragon Knight going into. Got that tower damage from him.
Oh, yeah,
oh Dragon
yeah,
Scale.
yeah. Bit of fun, bit of help. That's the fortification finally coming out from the side of Extremum. Voldemort are just chilling though. They're just chilling. They're watching Dracho do his thing and going, "Hey, have a great time, man. We'll be behind you. If they jump you, we're here."
Yeah.
And Void is jungling whilst his racks start to fall.
He's like, "Yo, guys, I'm like 10 minutes behind on my farm. Let me just catch back up, please. I need this BKB."
Creep. One more camp, guys. Just one more camp. I'm just gonna take the HS. I'll be there. I promise. I promise.
He needs like 1,300 gold before he gets his BKB. That's not one more camp. That's that.
So sad. So sad. This Void.
At the end of the day, let's look back and think like, where did they go wrong in this draft that they're stuck in this situation, right? This Invoker just didn't seem like the hero they needed, and it's too greedy because he went for Midas as well.
Yeah.
Maybe if he just skipped Midas and went straight Aghanims, it could have been interesting. And I've seen Invokers do that, and they've made it work. Double Midas just was, oh man, it was too much. Voldemort just see that and they're like, okay guys, let's just run at their face. There's nothing they can do if they have double Midas.
It's awkward, and it just kind of gives the easiest game possible to the side of Voldemort, because they've got a very obvious thing to do, you know, just put on as much pressure whilst they have these minuses. They won't be able to respond to us. They don't have that damage, and that's exactly what we see happening in this one.
Yeah, I thought that Voldemort is not this super aggressive team, and they won't know how to really punish it, but they've actually been doing a very good job in this game.
They have. And indeed, yeah, Dracho up on that high ground, knocking away at that tier 3 tower once again. They didn't come and fight me before. Let's see if they come and fight me this time.
Ooh, his mana got burned.
Yeah, didn't manage to dodge it. Pretty tricky to do. Umalt, Void, splitting the creep wave.
Got it. He's got it.
In they go though, onto the front lines. BKB picked up from the Void. maybe, just maybe they can make something happen. 1 minute still left on the Aegis. No chance of that going off anytime soon as the Roar being tempted onto Boogie here. Swap comes back as well. Still holding off of that Roar, though. They don't want to use it. Boogie swapped again here, just wasting that BKB timing, and now the Roar comes down, and as will the Dragon. He's out, and now they also grab the Oracle. That's a great pick-off. Now they can look to do whatever they want to the other heroes without really worrying too much response here. They actually drop the Supernova, but it's on the high ground. They can just take it down. What are they doing? They're leaking heavily, and now in comes that Chronosphere. Void Spirit's going to go down, and the only survivor is the PL as he runs himself out with that Aegis. Unfortunately, is going to go unused in the end as the rest of the team fall, and Duracho is the last man left standing.
Oh my goodness, that was such a nice play. The double swaps onto the Dragon Knight. The Beastmaster pops the Roar because he wants the Oracle to expose himself so the Faceless Void can go in and chrono the backline Oracle. But then the DK just died, and then they just keep committing one by one into the fight. As soon as the DK dies, you need to get out. You cannot take that engagement anymore. It's already 4 versus 5 inside the base, and they have buybacks, right? So you're fighting out 4 heroes against potentially 10 there. And they didn't have the experience for that, so they just died with all their heroes in the end. Well, that's such a big defense, right?
Yes, massive, massive. Now the double Midases come. I mean, it doesn't change the fact that PL is just, you know, he's massive. Yeah. He is the Voldemort of the Voldemort squad.
I mean, that's a huge hold. They're gonna get so much needed experience in this game. Oh, Faceless Void though.
Void being taken down by that. Oh, Phoenix just taking him apart right now, and the Void is actually going to get popped here. That's a big deal. 60 seconds without him. G trying to run to the high ground. In comes the damage, though, onto the Void Spirit. The Roar comes through as well. They'll be able to bring him down. Meanwhile, Boogie just popping that BKB, getting himself onto that high ground. Meanwhile, the Ratio trying to taste down Velhor as well. They will be successful in doing so. Velhor trying to turn it around up to DK, but the save comes in from the Oracle, keeping him alive. And now they're once again occupying this high ground. I mean, there's no buy. Oh, never mind. They actually do enough damage to him. Surprising. Did you not get healed?
Necro broke.
Oh.
The Necro books and everything were just dealing too much damage, I guess, to the Dragon Knight there. They're gonna have to back off. They have 2. It's 3 versus 3, but the Invoker is super annoying.
He is rather. They drop the Supernova though. Swap comes down, and unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough to save the Beastmaster. He's getting hounded by these PLs. They're going to be able to take him down. Now, well, the rest of the team getting themselves back into that fountain. The Void's going to be back in 12 seconds, but no chrono still for another 27, so they'll have to wait for that. Fortification being used. They want to keep these barracks alive. Duracho, he's tempted to stay. He really does want to stay and take these barracks, but it looks like his team are making the call for him to get the hell out. There is a Void coming back into this one. He's got chrono in 10, and we do not want to stick around to find out what happens when he uses it.
Yeah, I don't think they want to do this push without the Void Spirit and the Dragon Knight as well. But it was a really good jump though, where they went for the Faceless Void and lead up to the buildings, because it's right in front of their base where they get the catch. And this PO started to realize when he was running back, oh, hold on, something doesn't seem right. It's 3 versus 3, but I have like 7,000 gold on this guy in item. Let me just run back in there. He's got a Scotty heart. This PO is just absolutely unkillable. I don't even know how they deal with this guy right now. Especially once he gets the Basher, no one's going to be able to get away from him. Especially in the Invoker.
Yeah, he's going to need some help from his friends. I mean, Tornado and Deafening Blast helps out a lot, but yeah, if Duracho gets locked down, takes his mana,
they have to ignore him, right? There's no other way they can fight apart from ignoring him. They got to find the Oracle, maybe pop the Phoenix in a bad egg because you're jumping the Oracle, and then you just turn around and go for the egg with all the attack speed that you have from the Beastmaster and the Invoker Alacrity.
Sounds like a plan. Not that easy though.
Once they get Mjolnir on the Void, I think they might have the damage with the Alacrity. Like, we have to think that the Alacrity is worth about 3,000, 4,000 net worth, something like that. There's not a whole lot of boost or steroids on the side of Dire in comparison to Radiant, where they have Benjora, Beast Aura, and Alacrity. So it's not a terrible situation for Extremum at the moment.
So they're feeling pretty comfy with it. Well, maybe not comfy, but the hope is alive for this team.
Exactly. They know that they will become stronger the later this game goes.
Yeah.
They just had a really bad early mid game because the way that they built their items and played on the map was just way too greedy.
Oh no, there's an observer ward there, so no, they can't get rid of it. But Borneo actually coming in for the D ward here. This is risky, but they don't get off the swap. Borneo will get himself out, and well, it's going to be just a clean D ward from the Void Spirit. But now, well, they can take care of that observer.
This Astro Step range is so long. Like, I just saw him zip one entire screen, and they can't even jump him every time they see him. Level 19 Void with a Desolator too, to be able to cut through those summons from the Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, Nikwo picked up the Heaven's Halberd as well, which is going to be another target which they need to catch inside the Chrono, otherwise it's going to get Expelliarmused.
Harry Potter reference.
Of course. Well, we're watching Team Voldemort. I was just thinking we need to get a few more in here. Oh my goodness, they catch a villager blind here. This is a big deal. He's got the BKB though, and the Ghost Walk to run himself away, and they don't have the vision for him on these two cores. So he does get out. Narrowly, he gets out.
So they're controlling up this top area of the map on Dire because they're ahead, and they're just waiting for the Roshan to spawn. Oh, mid!
Yeah, they're looking maybe onto the Void Spirit, but nah, he's too quick. He gets himself out again, as usual.
They were just touching him, right? They're just trying to see what kind of reactions they can get from Voldemort, and there was no reaction, so they just had to back off because this Void Spirit can get himself out of that situation quite easily. And Roshan is alive. Here we go. Cheese.
Alive and kicking. Alive and being kicked. They're coming though. The smoke is up, but the smoke is also here from the side of Voldemort as well. They respond with the exact same thing.
They know. They're going back onto the high ground. They know because of scan here.
Yep. And the big cut around. They realize the smoke isn't being dropped, and they're like, Roche is missing a little bit of HP here. I wonder where they are. Meanwhile, someone's been found. They actually managed to grab the Invoker at the backline. Huge kill. He's got the buyback, and I think he's going to have to use it. They're trying to bring down Roche here. They've got to be real quick about it if they want to stand a chance. They're actually hiding inside the pit. Now they jump out. They're going for the Skyrush, but the Roshan is falling, and Nefrit gets it. Engages into his hands as well. Oh no, Voldemort, you didn't expect this. And now, well, Beastmaster, he's going to go down. Meanwhile, Void will die once, but he's got a Horcrux, so he's coming back to life. Meanwhile, Beastmaster on the run, but the PL is chasing him, and he gets that kill. Void, he's stuck inside the pit, and now he does go down. They get 3 big kills. They managed to take the Roshan, they managed to take the Aegis, but unfortunately, it just doesn't really result in much.
The Void uses BKB before his Aegis popped, so when he revived, he was instantly dead. Yeah, and then the Invoker, like, he was ready. He got the Meteor, he had the Sunstrike, the Cataclysm ready, but then the Void couldn't even cast Chrono because he was just stun locked up the entire time. So his buyback also ended up doing absolutely nothing. And now it looks like they're just gonna get this Rax mid. Void does have a buyback. They got a buyback here. They have to try something. They can't afford to get mega'd. They will not come back with that.
I don't think so, but maybe they can delay until the Void is up. 26 seconds, 25, swap in. They're going to try and go for the DK, but meanwhile, they just jump the backlines immediately, and that bell is getting absolutely blown up. Now the Chronosphere comes in, Cataclysm is ready, and it's going to come down, and that blows up Borneo, but doesn't barely do anything to Duraccio here. Faceless Void's in trouble. He does have a cheese, however, to be able to pop whenever he needs it. Meanwhile, Boogie comes in and just annihilates Yol. Yol, though, well, Nefrit jumping onto Duraccio, but Duraccio is just going wherever he wants, killing whoever he wants. They're trying to deal with this large pack of PLs, but it's Afterlife who's in trouble. He's have to pop the BKB now, and they just can't find the real one. Duracio's just hiding in his smoke cloud of illusions at this point. The Raw comes down to the DK. Meanwhile, it's the Void who gets picked up on the backlines. He's going to call it. GG, well played, comes out. We are going to a game 3 between these two teams. Voldemort, despite the fact they're using 2 standards, still looking like a really tough team right now. I mean, they're playing pretty great.